Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Ashley, for those of you who are new here, and I'm in my 4th year of vet school at Virginia, Maryland. And this week is going to be one of my busiest weeks of my clinical year. I don't know why I did this to myself. I have to get all of these tasks done before I leave for my next externship in Minnesota. Not only do I have to edit a bunch of vlogs, I do have to do 2 vlogs as well, where I'm going over the entire apartment tour and also this last week of pathology. I am also planning on vlogging my entire packing and traveling to Minnesota. I have a lot of planning to do. I also have to come up with vlog ideas while I am gone for the next couple weeks. And I have 3 assignments to do for pathology as well before Friday. And I might be off Friday because of a football game. I'm not entirely sure yet. I did email my externships this morning as soon as I woke up. I had them all pre-planned since yesterday, so I could just send the emails this morning. This is basically asking where and when I need to meet up in Minnesota, and also trying to get the paperwork finalized for my CDC externship and the Primate Research Center. I officially leave Saturday afternoon from my apartment because I will be staying at a hotel again because my flight is really early in the morning on Sunday. Let's get this week started, and I hope you enjoy today's video. The morning part of pathology is done. We just had to go over our necropsy reports today. It was kind of lengthy because we had 5 necropsies on Friday. It is around like 10 o'clock now, and I do have to be back here at 1, just in case there are necropsies today. So I'm going to go shopping really quick because I need some winter boots before I go to Minnesota. So I'm gonna check out some of the stores in Blacksburg and hopefully definitely be back in time for necropsy at 1. It is so cold today though. Like, I swear it dropped 15 degrees since yesterday. Like, it's around in the 50s right now, and the wind is blowing, and it's pretty cold compared to like the 70 degrees, 80 degrees we had yesterday as I was driving home. But the storm yesterday, as soon as I got back, was pretty horrendous. So I'm sure that's why the temperature really dropped today. Even more than I think they were predicting. I'm gonna go try to find some winter boots, and then I will be back here again at 1. Made it back from my shift, and today was a pretty long day. We had a horse necropsy, we had 2 cows, and we also had 2 birds. So I have a couple of medical records to write, and it's around like 6 o'clock at night now, so I'm pretty hungry and I'm stressed out. Shopping earlier went much better than I was hoping. I did find a pair of boots that I can wear for both working with horses, hiking, and also a temporary winter boot. I also went to Loft and found a very cute sweater. I typically don't wear sweaters like the one I purchased, but I thought it looked really good, and I have not treated myself to a nice clothing item in a long time. I did tell my professor that I will not be in tomorrow until later because I have a medical appointment finally to establish care here in Virginia so I can get my medications refilled It has been such a process to try to find a clinic that has even openings here. Most of the clinics in the area are not accepting new clients right now, which I don't understand. This is a big college town. There should be more than plenty medical facilities that I should be able to get into. I have that tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., so I do have to put together all of my stuff tonight, just so I make sure I have all of my medications with me, my medical insurance card. I'm probably going to go take a shower now, cook some dinner, and then start working on my medical records. I have 3 of them that I have to participate in. I also received a box today from Amazon, which I will show you a little bit later on once I'm done with everything this evening, so you can see what I got, because I did get a few things for my trip. The first thing that I got from Amazon was these laundry sheets. I found it pretty difficult when I was in Colorado to do my laundry and get to a grocery store that carried these. So I figured I would just buy some and take some with me on the trip, so I don't have to pay the hotel fees to get the laundry detergent. I also got some more of my exfoliating cleanser that I put on my face pretty much every morning, just because I was running low. I also got a winter hat, some gloves, and a scarf as well, because Minnesota is definitely going to be cold. That's all that I got from Amazon this time. I'm going to set these things aside though, just so I don't forget them when I start to pack for my trip, because this absolutely has to come with me. I just made it home from work. Today was such a busy day, so I apologize for not filming anything this morning. It was just chaotic trying to get to the hospital in a timely fashion so I could figure out how to get there and what sort of paperwork they needed me to fill out. But thankfully, the first medical appointment went really well. I got to establish my care, and I got all of my medications refilled, which is great. And then I was able to talk with them about some of the blood testing I need done for certain externships. I was so frazzled this morning that I also forgot to bring lunch with me. So I ended up eating at Space Rabbit this afternoon. When I got to work today, I did an hour of clinical pathology, and then after that, we had a goat necropsy today and 2 cats. I did one of the cats. Thankfully, I only had 1 necropsy report to write, which I have already done before coming home. It's around 3:30 now, so I am going to go ahead and get some emails done, because I did hear back from some of my externships today. I did book my hotel and my taxi ride for Saturday, so that's all cleared away. The original hotel I wanted was actually already fully booked because I forgot this week on Friday we have a football game, and I completely forgot people are flying in for that. They're not driving in, and the nearest airport is Roanoke, and that's one of the closest hotels to that airport, which makes sense why it is already sold out. When I did get home though, I got a package from my grandma. So I'm probably gonna open that soon, because I think she sent me some cookies. I just just got off of work and last night was pretty hectic. I did end up getting called in to intake a calf that we did the necropsy on today. I didn't get home last night until like 8 o'clock, and by the time I came home I was just quite done with doing schoolwork, so I turned in for the night early. Today went pretty well. This morning we went over our necropsy reports, and then we had 2 hours of clinical pathology where we listened to a lecture and also played some Jeopardy to get us familiar with cytology slides and blood smears. It was pretty fun, and then the only necropsy we had today was the calf, and we have already done the necropsy report for it. It is currently 4 o'clock. I ended up going to Kroger because I was going to try to pick up my medications, but apparently the Kroger here in Virginia does not accept my health insurance. So I'm going to research around tonight to see what other pharmacies are around that could take my insurance, because I am not paying that amount of money per month. It was over $600 just to refill my medications, and that's just not in my price point right now. But I really don't know if I'm going to end up getting the medications before I head out on Saturday. But I'm going to try to call around and see who can fill my medications for me. I'm probably going to cook some dinner really quick though, because I am really hungry and I'm pretty tired. I still have quite a bit to do tonight with editing and doing some of my pathology assignments. I probably will start the quiz tonight as well. Thankfully, I do have Friday off, so that is the good news. So I can actually really clean the apartment before I leave and do my apartment tour. While I was at Kroger this evening, I did pick up some items for my trip. I picked up some dish detergent, kind of a smaller version so I can carry it with me in my suitcase. And then I picked up some Ziploc bags as well because I completely ran us out yesterday and I definitely need some more for the trip ahead. That's basically all I got. Tonight I plan on making beef pasta, so when my roommate gets in on Sunday, she will have something to eat, so she does not have to cook right away when she gets here, because she has been gone for the last 6 weeks. Good morning. It is Thursday, and unfortunately I got some really bad news about an externship. Unfortunately, my CDC externship has been canceled, so that makes 3 of my government externships canceled this year alone. As a requirement though for Virginia Tech for the public corporate track, I have to have at least 1 federal or 1 state externship. I do have 2 state ones I can do for Virginia that I'm going to reach out to, but they may already be fully booked. They may not be accepting students either, so I really don't know what I'm going to do, because this is a part of my graduation requirements. I have to get this done. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to switch tracks and lose the rest of my externships I have secured, which is not an ideal situation. I really don't want to do that. Everything's gonna be fine. I just need to figure out what to do. And unfortunately, there's not much I can do today because I have to go into work. I'm gonna go get ready for work and then try to figure this out. I'm gonna try to email people during lunch, but I also have to pick up my medications as well after school because I'm traveling on Saturday. Like, I don't really have time to be dealing with this right now, but there's never a good time to lose an externship this close to when that externship is actually supposed to happen with these requirements for the school. I'm trying to keep a positive mind, but it's very difficult right now. I'm gonna be completely honest. I really have no idea what to do. For now, though, I do have my last day of pathology today, and this morning we're gonna go over cytology for an hour and have microbiology for 2 hours. And then after that, we'll do any necropsies and do the necropsy report. I still have 2 assignments to do tonight, and I also have to do the pathology quiz as well, because that is due tomorrow. Good morning, it is finally Friday. Last night was so busy. I finished my 2 last necropsy reports with my colleagues. I sent an email to the Department of Public Health of Virginia to see if I can do an externship with them. I haven't heard back from them yet, but it's going to take some time to figure out what I can do for that 3-week block. The necropsies yesterday were pretty cool to see. There was a few things wrong, but not like a lot. So it is kind of a mystery right now why those patients passed away. We're sending their results to histopathology. When I got home, I completed my pathology quiz and my summary case. All of my assignments for pathology are now done, and I am officially finished with that rotation. So we have completed another clinical rotation. Now I get to do some external rotations for a little bit, which I'm definitely looking forward to, but it's going to be a very busy time because the application for residency opens November 1st, and it's actually due in December. When I woke up this morning, it was 66 degrees in my apartment, so it's pretty cold. That's why I put on a long sleeve this morning, because I'm trying to avoid getting sick. Since I am leaving tomorrow, though, there is a lot for me to do. I still have to do a couple of things on my to-do list, such as cleaning the apartment. I need to clean my sheets as well. I need to clean the bathtub because we haven't done that in a little bit. And I figure I may as well do it while there's no one here. And I also have to pack for my externships, which I have not started, which is not great because I'm going to 3 different locations that all require different dress codes. So I'm gonna have to be very picky about what I put in my suitcases. I do still have 2 videos to edit as well before I leave tomorrow. So let's get this day started because it's gonna be a little bit hectic. I've officially made it to the end of the week. Today was very busy. I officially cleaned up the entire apartment. I did my apartment tour. I completed pretty much everything on my list besides one thing, but I honestly call that a win because there was a lot on my list to begin with, and I knew something would end up happening, which the CDC thing happened, unfortunately. And one day I will go and hopefully work there, but right now is just not the best time. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do during that 3 weeks, but I'm sure whatever I find is going to be an amazing externship, and it is going to fulfill my graduation requirements so I can graduate on time. I just don't know where I'm going yet. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's video if you've stayed until the end. This has been a very hectic week. Typically my clinical year weeks don't look like this, but I also knew this would happen after me taking the NAVLE, just because of how stressful that exam was. In the next video, I will be packing up for my trip to Minnesota. If you want to see that externship, definitely be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you next time.